Hi everyone, welcome back to Kev's Minecraft's YouTube channel. Doing a review or reaction after a disappointing loss, to be honest. We didn't play good. We were competitive up in the first two quarters. Like I'm only 11 points in at half time. Well, for some reason we tend to drop off a little bit just after that. So we had an off day. I'm not read too much into it. I'm not gonna dismiss it that easily. I still think there's still a fair bit of improvement to go. Other than that, I think now we are in this situation. So credit to the West Coast Eagles. Played a brilliant game. Josh Kennedy, 7 goals. That's not going to happen again. I guarantee you that will never happen again. More went forward and kicked the goal. I honestly thought watching that, credit to True Footy by doing that live stream is credit has to be given, but also got to recognise that we played poorly. I'm not sugarcoating anything. That is our worst loss for the season. Now, I will say this. Collingwood had to travel. So we played in Melbourne to start off with. We were supposed to play the Brisbane Lions at the MCG. That didn't happen, so that got cancelled. So we had to have, I think, because we played the Western Bulldogs, Richmond, St Kilda and Essendon. So that's the first 4 weeks. And we had to play GWS as well and Hawthorn down in Giant Stadium. And then we played Geelong and Perth, which we won. Which I knew that was going to happen. But other than that, not too sure at the moment what's going to happen. So, yeah, personal opinion, we didn't play well. But it is one bad loss. Now, we will have to decide, because we got the 4 games in 14 days or 13 days or whatever it is. Whether or not we are going to have to make changes to our lineup. And I say that because we're going to have to start giving our senior players a rest. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just think now in the situation that we're all in due to this COVID stuff, this wouldn't happen. But you can only have 1 contact session a week. Now, it's alright for some teams where it did work for us, but it's not an ideal preparation, to be honest with you. And I'm not using this as an excuse. All clubs are doing this. So it's not like I'm complaining because I mean it's always no. That's not what I'm not being a sore loser by saying this. I'm just saying this as a fact, that because you only have 1 contact session a week, it does affect the way you want to move the ball as a team. You only had defenders with the defenders, the midfielders with the midfielders, and the forwards with the forwards. So it does make it difficult when you're using the ball forward and how you're going to kick it. So, personal opinion, it's not an ideal situation. I hope this isn't forever. So, I'm not making any excuses. This is all between teams. And in interstate teams, like West Coast had a bad run with it, and then all of a sudden they won some games, which they should. To be honest with you, they should beat teams like Adelaide. West Coast was supposed to play Richmond, and that might happen at Perth. Who knows? Like, we don't know ourselves. So, every team, that the top 8 teams, I guarantee you that you're going to go through situations, whether if it's a game or a couple of games or a couple of weeks maybe, where you're going to have one of these performances. Now, Pendles was laid out. McGovern did not play. So I would have thought that would have suited us better. It didn't help when Pendles was out. So but with Pendles, we've got enough midfield depth to come in. McGovern is more of a big loss than a Pendlebury because Collingwood have got midfielders, players in that team that can go in the midfield. They may not have the 20-something possessions, but you can play to go in the midfield. You can play Jamie Allen in the midfield. At least you get some game time with these kids. Well, not with these kids, with these senior players. So I see that being a realistic chance. Now I want to also talk about holding the ball. The umpiring. I'm not an umpiring basher. Yeah, it cost us the 2018 grand final, and it has cost us in a couple of games last year. But with holding the ball, us as fans, as members, we tend to say, hold it in. Let's get a stoppage. All teams do it. So if you want to stop that, and you're going to be playing holding the ball, be consistent. Don't change the bloody rules. Just because Alistair Clarkson says, we had 69 tackles, but yet we didn't get a single free kick for that. Well, blame yourselves. I just think when you're playing AFL footy, you want your team to be perfect and to be consistent. And look, I do myself. It doesn't bother me to the extent. So I'm not. But for Alistair Clarkson to make these comments, and all of a sudden we've had the change in interpretation, like a not genuine attempt. You have incorrect disposal. Now, as far I've played footy, I know someone who is an umpire that I probably can tell myself, but the umpires are going by what the rules are made of. Now, if you take one step to kick the footy, and just say you dropped on the boot, it's play on, right? We all get that. Because you don't have you don't have prior opportunity. It's not like you're running across half back just to take the game on, and you get caught and you dropped it, and that's incorrect disposal. Yes, that is a free kick. But what I don't get is for the guys that have no opportunity, you try to get rid of it and it just falls out. The only time I reckon it should be paid for holding the ball is that you had a chance to get rid of it, but you hold it in. That's what I think it should be paid for, holding the ball for that situation. Personal opinion, it should be. Whether or not it does get paid, who knows? But it is frustrating to to an extent that we're seeing these getting paid, and we're seeing none that gets paid. We don't know what it is. Pushing it back. If it's there, pay it. I feel sorry for the poor umpires that only have to umpire the game. Now, then I know the rules, yes, but because at point one, A1 or A2, whatever it is confusing sometimes. And I think we are getting to a point where we are feeling that shit. I don't even know what's holding the ball, what's not now. I don't think the umpires do. I think it's the AFL to try to speed up the game. But do we care how we team play? No, we don't. We don't care as long that we win. And that's one thing that I always say. I don't care how we play as long that we win. Sometimes, like, attacking footy isn't always the best. Sometimes you have to slow it down and try and hold on to the footy just to slow the momentum down. Once you do that, then you can start attacking. Slow footy doesn't always work and fast footy doesn't always work, but you need to have that balance. That's why I say that pretty much it's a one-way street. It's two-way street. How you play and how you want to play. So I think now you have to say that there are times that we need to go quick. Like against West Coast, if you allow them to take uncontested marks, they win the game. 100 marks, they win the game. So if we can stop it, we can stop that. You have to be consistent. McGovern said you have to tag him. Every team has players that can hurt you on the scoreboard. And that's why I think that some teams don't do enough to stop the opposition. So be careful what you wish for. It's a shorter season. What I would think as well, I think 6 interchange would do well. 18 and 6. You can rotate your players around. You can just rest some players. Otherwise you're going to have injuries. And I think, to be honest, you are going to get that. It is footy. You expect to get injured. I just think with this whole COVID stuff, the JLT, you're going to have 6 interchange. And yet you can get some minutes into your senior players. But, look, it's a short season. It doesn't hurt to have 6 of them interchange. I just think we need to stop asking the umpires to... Now, we need to stop changing the rules. We actually get the ones... Okay, this is how prior opportunity works. Now, I'm not an umpire. If I was to become an umpire, it would be a different story. Then it's just like, that should be incorrect disposal. That should be holding the ball. If you really want to have a stricter interpretation of holding the ball, guarantee it. What you do is that if you grab the ball, your arms are throwing a tackle, and you had a chance to kick or handball while being tackled, if you take a couple of sets, it's not holding the ball, because you tried to get rid of it and you literally got tackled for not long enough to try and break out of it. If you had the ball, you got tackled, you spun out of trouble, and then you got a kick, and that's your prior opportunity. Because you had a chance to get rid of the ball. Yes, I say pay that as free. I really do. I think they need to start paying that. I don't see why we can't just strip it back to that reason on, okay, this is holding the ball, we can pay it. Start paying them ones. This is what we need. So I just think now is that there's no consistency at all. If we stop paying them, we'll be better off it. Stop trying to change the rules, commentators. Let the game be. And people in the AFL, just let the game be. High scoring isn't always a good game. I'll tell you what, bring to the Victoria versus All Stars and even AFX, it's not that exciting. It's not. It might be a concert like 2020 cricket. But you need to have strategies in place to win a game of footy. So I think now let's just strip this back, make it easy for the poor umpires. I'm pretty sure they're trying their best. And I don't blame them. I blame the AFL. I blame Alistair Clarkson for speaking up about it. And deflecting on how his team's playing. Well, actually, they're the ones that's coaching. I'm pretty sure they can handle it. So, yeah, I just think now it's if we can't do anything about holding the ball, incorrect disposal, we're gonna pay it, but be consistent. That's all what we want. But if we aren't gonna pay it, then what's the point of having the rules in the first place? Let's be honest. But other than that, I just think we had an off day. We didn't play well. Now, we worry about Fremantle. Lord Darcy Cameron played okay. Took a mark and he kicked the goal. So, I think Mason Cox is still in our best 22. But we need to play obviously a lot better. This is a one-off performance. If this were, it's more of a mental thing than anything else, because the players would be going up from Sydney to Perth. Now it might work for a week, but then when you're in like West Coast Warriors, and I'm not complaining because we've got to do what's right for the footy, then I'm grateful that we have footy. I'm glad that Queensland can take footy on. I'm glad that we can go to Perth and have a crowd. I didn't know about the whole that you have to, even though you're a member, that you have to buy a ticket. I think that's just bullshit. That's just treating members like dirt. In a way, well, you pay your hard-earned money just to be able to go, and what you have to pay to go. I'm sorry, that should not happen. But other than that, I just think I've got to admit I am a bit jealous. I wish I was able to go, but because people aren't doing the right thing and what's been happening with the hotels and that, Now, I am missing it. So, hopefully, we can go. And, you know, I wouldn't mind going to the footy. Hopefully. Who knows? But I'm sure Buckley knows what he's doing now. So, as I said again, we had an off day, guys. It's nothing to worry about. Every team's had their moments where you're not going to play well, but you're going to get absolutely pants down. You might play crap, but then you're able to, for whatever reason, you stop the opposition from scoring a lot more. So that's the reason why with that. So I'm going to be doing a footy tips video on Tuesday. I'll be doing a preview for the game as well. I still don't know what the side is, so I'm going to try and do as much videos as I can. I will be on broadcasting my games as well. So like, comment, subscribe, don't forget to hit the notifications on, and go Pies. I'm gracious in defeat, and sometimes you have to admit we just didn't play that well. We've only had 3 losses, so we had Essendon, the Giants, and West Coast. We're still a danger team. We're still a contender for the premiership. Other than that, I'm not worried about it too much. I didn't want to beat up my team that much. We did look a little bit off, but hey, all teams are going to have it. Hawthorn have been down for 5 weeks, and they haven't played good footy either. So, I said this before and I'll say it again. I think it's time for Clarko to either resign or they should probably sack him, or maybe he has to go to another team. He's been a great coach for Hawthorn for all these years, but once again, decisions will have to be made on the senior players, especially like Sean Berglund and Ben Stratton and James Foley. I just think now that Hawthorn aren't as good as what they used to be, and their game plan is outdated. It's not working, let's be honest. They want to be up around the mark like 8th, 9th and 10th and trying to go into the free agency. Like, they go by the top 8 list and whatever the case is. So I will be doing my tips for that game. I will be keeping an eye on Fremantle versus Geelong tonight. The only thing that I don't know is how I'm going to do my footy tips. So how much games it's on, might need to do it on the Monday. If we're playing on the Thursday, I'll do a preview on the Wednesday or whatever. If we're on a Tuesday night, I'll be doing it on the Monday. So I'm going to try and get these videos in working. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Go Pies. I know we can do it. Oh, man. And I might be disappointed, but I've got faith in the boys. Don't worry about that. Bye.